Miriam immediately sends Ashlyn out again to get medicine for Anastasia, and then sorry. Wow, that was the sentence I wrote. Back at the house, I was typing very fast and trying to keep up with the movie.
Wait, you don't pause the movie, type, and then play, and then pause,
often,
and then type?
But then, but sometimes I'm just like, this is like a scene that has like one thing I could type one sentence, and then it just who's that paying attention?
I was just curious, like, I don't know your process.
It takes me like twice as long to get through the movie because I'm constantly pausing to write notes or backtracking to make sure I get that word right.
I was just wondering if there was somehow a way that I couldn't figure out how to do that you had somehow managed.
You gotta be like a stenographer in a courtroom to transcribe.
I'm really fast typer, but I'm not sure I'm fast enough to do that in a movie.
I'm just also not very good at making sure I write things good when I'm being in a hurry. Hello and welcome to Book Retorts. I'm Sam.
I'm Danielle.
And this is the podcast about sharing your weird media finds with your friends who don't know what you're talking about.
That's me.
That's you, Danielle, as it always is, and oh my gosh, always will be at this point.
Forever and forever.
This is like purgatory.
It's Ghost Danielle.
Oh, no, the worst kind of Danielle. The one I can't close the door on.
Be here forever.
Well, Danielle, I was thinking, the weather's getting warmer, summer's upon us. I figured we might need some kind of tropical vacation-themed media. And then I thought, when's the last time I did a Cinderella movie?
Years.
Yeah,
perhaps.
But luckily, Danielle, I have found one thing that is both. This is the
Cinderella on the Island movie?
Close. It's a 2023 movie, Cinderella in the Caribbean.
Excellent. This sounds like a Danielle movie.
Yeah, I know, but I was almost guaranteed you had never heard of it.
Live action?
Oh, yeah.
Not really Cinderella.
Oh, Danielle, I will have quibbles about its Cinderella-ness. Cinderella-tude, we'll get to it.
What was it called? Cinderella on the Island?
No, that was a dumb name you made up.
What's the name of it again?
Cinderella in the Caribbean. Oh. Much better.
Oh, it's so different. You made it sound like I was crazy, but that was so close.
I know, Danielle, that's the funny part.
Cinderella in the Caribbean.
Here, have this description and good luck.
Ashlyn is coerced by her stepmother, Miriam, to come join the family on a trip to the Caribbean as part of a destination wedding. Miriam is the bride-to-be, and though Ashlyn has been on her own for a while, her stepfamily is quick to fall into old patterns of undervaluing Ashlyn, putting her down and expecting her to do everything. To make things harder, Miriam's fiance, Bruce, is a wonderful man who is oblivious to Miriam's ways, but Ashlyn struggles to have her own happily ever after when she knows her stepfamily is set to ruin Bruce. I feel like I've seen a commercial for this, or like the cover of it somewhere.
Who
or
knows,
read the
Danielle?
summary.
You could be making it up in your head.
Absolutely. This is a very generic story. I could have watched a movie that was basically this.
Can we also just do me a favor and spell Ashlyn for me?
Ashlyn?
Of course it is.
What else would it
Guess
be,
what?
Sam?
Everyone in this movie is white. And they're in the Caribbean. Yeah, in the Caribbean, as a bunch of white people. It is not great.
All right, let's see what happens.
Let's just get right into it. We open on a city and an establishing shot of a school. Inside, a teacher is telling her elementary school kids, it's time to leave the library and return to class. One boy looks sad, and the young librarian, teacher's aide, yet to be determined, talks to him. The boy is sad, and some of the other boys won't let him play with them at recess, and is mean. The girl suggests that the other boy is just having a bad day, like we all do. He just needs some space, so he should go play with these other kids. With me so far?
Yeah. He's gonna go play with other kids?
And the boy says his other kids always play soccer, and his leg hurts when he runs.
Oh no.
The girl says, well, hers does too, but maybe he can just try and tough it out. If he gets too tired, he can take a break and cheer the others on. And all this sounds like terrible advice for a elementary school child.
Didn't we have some other movie or story or something that started with a kid that was directed to go find other friends?
Maybe, Danielle? Let's focus on the present,
Sorry.
though.
Like flashbacks.
Maybe that was your own childhood you're flashing back to.
I also did not like soccer.
Go find other children to play with. No one likes playing with you.
That's not true. I was a delight. I had many a friend.
Anyway, I just think it's very bad advice to be like, oh, you're having conflict with this child. Well, he's not being mean to you. He just needs space, and you should go do something you don't like as a backup plan. I don't know. It just seems like not good conflict resolution.
You tell him, Sam. You raise those children right.
Look, what do I know about children? Not very much.
You were one once.
Yeah, but that's what gives me license to critique everyone else's interaction with children. From a place of ignorance.
So does he go off and find new friends?
No, he's like, okay, and leaves. And the boy thanks Miss Ashlyn. So, hey, we found her. So I guess it's great advice then.
The main character is the one talking in the beginning of the movie.
I know. I was as shocked as you are.
Didn't see that coming at all.
So the teacher comes over after all this and says, Mark and Bryson not getting along again? Well, thanks for handling it. I'm like, how was it handled? They're still not getting along. Nothing was handled. You just told them to like, hey, don't deal with it. Just avoid them.
Yeah, that actually makes it worse. So that's like apparently an ongoing issue and they still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, her advice is, oh, I usually pay with these guys, but sometimes they're mean to you on an ongoing basis. Well, maybe he's having a bad day for the last 6 months or whatever. Anyway, Ashlyn leaves. We cut to her walking to a class at a college for what is clearly a childhood education course. Music comes up. It's generic pop song montage time. Your favorite.
I love those.
Yeah, I know you do. That's Ashlyn. She's handling files at an office where a man is talking about profits. Then she's back at the college arguing with her cool, diverse group of friends about educational priorities for kids. And this is like, the kids are like sitting on the steps of the building, like college promotional pamphlet you would find. It's like, oh, these people are just there as token people to be here. And
unfortunately,
incredible.
She doesn't invite any of this cool, diverse group of friends to her future wedding with Bruce.
Did you read that summary?
The Caribbean.
Who's marrying Bruce, Dan? Who do you think's marrying Bruce?
The stepsister, but I assume she might be in love with him.
No, she's not. Not the stepsister.
Who's kidding? The mom. The mom was getting married to Bruce.
Yes, her stepmother's
so that doesn't mean anything. Oh, she's in love with his. Is she in love with his son?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yes, I'm so good at these games.
I mean, duh. I actually took out that from the summary because it was too obvious.
I got there. What was that? 5 minutes in the movie?
Yeah, duh. You've seen a romantic comedy before. Good job.
So many romantic comedies, Sam.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, then we cut to her back at the office. She's doing data entry. She's working on tax returns and just killing it. She's smashing. Her boss comes up and is like, oh, you're so good at tax return data entry, Ashlyn. Oh, especially with everything you're juggling with your classes and working, as if that is something that is not very common to do. This movie, although it was released in 2023, feels like it's like 1980s to like early 90s, where it's like, oh, someone who's working and going to college? They're so put upon.
Woman can do everything.
It's just like, dude, this is out of touch with the modern economy in so many ways. It's great. It's like a time capsule. I love it. But a time capsule that came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, welcome to made-for-TV rom-coms.
Yeah, so good. I'm not as steeped in all of their lore as you are, so you'll forgive me for being a little delighted by the surprises.
I think it's great. I'm excited for you that you've experienced this.
So her boss is like, you're going to be an amazing teacher, but I'm going to really miss you, and I hate to lose you when you graduate. And in case it wasn't clear how awesome she was. And Ashlyn's like, oh, it won't be for a while, and then it goes home. So Ashlyn returns to her small one-bedroom, I guess maybe a studio apartment with a nice little kitchenette, is making canned soup in her apartment as wistful music plays, as if a college student having her own place is somehow terrible, not having like 7 roommates. Like, from my perspective, Ashlyn here is killing it. She has her own place. Mm-hmm. She pays her own tuition, which we'll get to, has a job that she is very much appreciated and enjoys. Plus, she's also interning as a teacher in the field she wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, this movie is trying to set up, like, she's this put upon, like, oh, look how downtrodden she is and how she's, like, really suffering, having to pay her own tuition and work her own job. Like, you are out of touch, movie. Get into the program.
Sounds like she's living her best life.
I know. I'm like, she's killing it. I would, like, go her. No roommates. Her own can of soup. Like, sign me up.
She can afford soup. What more does she need?
You can afford soup and her own place and her own kitchen. Doesn't share. Oh, anyway. So I'll drop it. But it is, as the whole establishing premise of this movie, it does not sell it. I'm sorry. So as she sits there to eat her soup, there comes a knock at the door. Ashlyn opens it and lets in a woman named Miriam, who she's surprised to see. Miriam comments on how her size 7 Jimmy Choo shoebox is bigger than this place, which, okay, no it's not, and who cares? It's hers.
How did she deliver that line? Did she say my size 7 Jimmy Choo box is bigger than this place?
Jimmy Choo shoebox.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
That's such an oddly specific way to deliver that line.
Yeah, Danielle, that's why I wrote it down verbatim for you. I didn't just make it up. I'm not that creative.
It sounds like a line that a writer really wanted to add in but couldn't figure out how to make less clunky.
I mean, she could have said my Jimmy Choo shoebox is bigger than this place. We don't need to know the size. The difference in the shoebox size between a size 5 and a size 10 is not massively different. We don't need the specifics of your. Thank you for telling us your shoe size, Miriam. Appreciate the extra details.
Jimmy Choo, because we have to know that this person's rich, because otherwise most people will just say this is bigger. This is as small as a shoebox. That's what people say.
So. The rest of the sentence is doing, narrative work. We know she's rich. We know she's a jerk. The size 7 is just superfluous. And I love
That's for fun.
Yeah. So Ashlyn offers her tap water, which Miriam is aghast to hear about tap water. Well, I never.
Is that what the taps are for?
Oh, I thought they were just for washing my Jimmy Choo shoes, size 7. But never mind all that. She's here to announce she's getting married and hands Ashlyn an envelope, which is an invitation. But I guess why do you need to hand them an invitation if you're there in the room with them? It makes no sense. We'll get to it.
People hand other people invitations.
Yeah, but the reason you hand them invitations so they can send it back to you with RCP, which is not required in this context.
Yeah, you can also put it on your refrigerator with a magnet. Are they close? Why would they invite her at all?
Danielle, we're getting to that. So she says she needs Ashlyn to come. And it's next week. The wedding's next week, Danielle.
Is this a fast wedding, or was this just we need an extra person at this table, and now you're getting invited?
So Ashlyn is surprised to learn that Miriam has been engaged to her fiance for months, apparently, and dating them for who knows how long. Because Miriam never calls or texts or returns Ashlyn's occasional birthday and Christmas messages.
Why does Ashlyn keep trying? Draw your boundaries, Ashlyn. Grow a backbone.
Thank you. You have immediately, what you said right now is what I repeat. That's my mantra throughout the entire movie is, why is Ashlyn doing this? And I will get to how flimsy the circumstances are that get her to go to this wedding are, and how much it undermines the entire premise of the movie. It's astounding. And again, maybe if it was 1980s, it would make more sense, but we'll get to that.
I feel like the premise is already flimsy because we've already established she's living a really good life.
She seems happy. Maybe she's the montage was supposed to establish that she's happy but very hardworking. She goes home and she's a little sad because, I guess she goes home alone and makes a can of soup. It's supposed to be oh, poor, sad, alone Ashlyn in her tiny little shoebox apartment. But she has that cool, diverse group of college friends she hangs out with, talking about her passion. She is appreciated as an intern at the elementary school, and she's adored by her accountant boss. So she's not she's being rejected and has no social contact.
Yeah, it sounds like she has friends, and she's probably dated before, so I don't know what she wants in life.
I mean, yeah, and maybe she's okay, I gotta focus on my studies the next few years, and I'm not really, engaging in the dating scene or whatever, but also, that's normal and okay.
Nope, not in this movie, Sam.
I guess she's there not to get her BA, but her MRS.
Boo.
Well, the movie is asserting that, not me.
1950s called. They want their degree back.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, Miriam insists that Ashlyn pack to leave tomorrow. They're having a destination wedding in the Caribbean, which is like saying Europe or something. It is lack of specificity. There are many islands and countries and peoples in the Caribbean. Yeah, it's not we're having a wedding in Asia. That does not help. Or Europe. Where?
You're sure, I'll be there.
Does this movie care about any of the diverse peoples of the Caribbean? No, it does not. It just uses it as a generic setting backdrop. Anyway, Ashlyn says she can't go. She's got classes and work and can't afford to go anyway because
absolutely valid.
Miriam insists because, hey, your family. Ashlyn responds like, since when am I family? So clearly Ashlyn is like, I am estranged and I understand that and these people are not my family. So now we learn that Miriam is her stepmother and Ashlyn insists she's never treated her like family. Miriam says that after her father died, she did the best she could with 2 children. Oh, and also Ashlyn. And then Miriam says she'll cover Ashlyn's tuition if she goes. So this is like the big selling point is that, hey, Ashlyn, she'll pay your tuition for a year, 2 years, whatever. Then you can stop all that horrible drudgery of working as a very appreciated assistant in the accountant's office. So that is like the whole, that's why it's like this does not fit into the economy at all.
Is she also going to pay for her trip to the Caribbean?
I presume, but maybe, I mean, she will get to it. She won't have to pay for her stay, but maybe she'll pay for her own flight, which is wild.
Why? Okay, I'm sure we find out, but I want to know why she wants her there at all.
Yes, that is coming up immediately.
Excellent.
Now Ashlyn is suspicious as to why, and Miriam says her fiance is also a widower with a son her age, and so he wants them all to meet, and it'll look very strange if Ashlyn isn't there, and wouldn't her father want her to be there to support her as a family? And that's all it takes. Ashlyn is in.
I mean, would it though? You could easily brush off why she's not there.
I said many times, okay, we'll get to it, but I was like, like right now, maybe this Bruce guy is some kind of nut who's like, oh, you have a stepdaughter, I'm going to have stepchildren. I have my, her father died, and like my son lost his mother, so I need to meet this one, make sure she's, as like a thing, some kind of weird connection, or maybe he has some weird obsession, or like he is one of those people like, I have to have a perfect family because I'm running for political office or something, and no skeletons or estranged family members that can cause trouble or something. Who knows, right? So I can imagine there could be reasons why they all need to be a happy family presented to him to make this work.
I mean, I would have to assume that Miriam has pretended like she loves this child like her own daughters for the last X amount of time that they've been together, and so now she feels some kind of obligation to invite her.
That is correct. Now, why Miriam did that instead of just saying, oh, we're estranged and it's a painful topic, but I don't want to talk about it. Boy, that is a question, Danielle.
Or invited her months ago. Why bother? Why last minute? Like, did the fiance suddenly go, oh, is Ashlyn coming? Like, that wasn't...
Maybe? I have no idea. I get the movie needs all these things to happen for the plot to be Cinderella-esque, but it is like really, really stretching the bounds of credulity to make them all happen.
I just need to know the inciting incident that made Miriam think that she needed to invite Ashlyn like so last minute and not a month ago or 2.
So I don't know, Danielle, and there is no inciting incident, and Miriam is just never going to plan any, is my conclusion, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, so Ashlyn's in. She's like, oh, get my tuition paid will definitely change my life for the better.
I would maybe
somehow
go for free tuition too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like saying it's bad to get the free tuition, but like, I think the movie could have done more to be like, oh, she's struggling to pay her bills, or like tuition is due, she can't really afford, she's worried she'll have to drop out. Like, none of that. She's okay. She's making it work. She's not like living in luxury. She's living in a Jimmy Choo size 7 shoebox. But she's not like destitute.
I'm assuming she's just calling out sick to work and to school and to everything for the next week.
No, she's going to explain. I got an emergency vacation, and she gets like, she does classwork on the thing on the trip. We'll get to it.
Sure.
She's taking PTO or something. Who knows?
Like last minute PTO? That's for a whole week? More?
10 days. Yeah, about.
Okay. If I went to work and said, hey, I need to take an emergency 10-day vacation. I'm not saying they wouldn't let me go, but I also think that they would be, I think they would be like, what?
Danielle, again, this movie's 1990s. Maybe they were looser then. Although it is set in 2023, it is very 1990s.
Maybe her coworkers know her whole story.
No
with
coworkers,
this woman.
it's just her and the boss accountant in a small practice.
Okay, then I can
practice,
see where the boss
what it's called?
went.
I don't know what it's called.
Wait,
accountancy.
Is this tax season? Because there's no way. If it's tax
I
season.
think it's just, I think this is wrapped up tax season, so maybe she's in the clear.
Okay, sure.
Look, it doesn't matter. We're only not even like 10 minutes of this movie.
Sorry,
here.
that was a lot. That was a very front-loaded movie.
It is very front-loaded, but we'll have an opportunity to revisit these topics later as they, become relevant to the plot. So,
okay, carry on. Sorry,
keep it loaded. We'll keep that.
It's not my fault.
We'll come back to it.
You
not
said so many things.
I know, and I'm letting you know. Don't worry, you'll have more opportunity to discuss them later. So it's not going to waste. I'm not going to let it go. So cut to the shots of what I presume is the Caribbean as marimba music plays, because sure. Thank you, Danielle, for your marimba music contribution.
Sounds like marimbas in my head.
Yeah, we'll see if it's all like that on the podcast. We'll ask the audience. What do you guys think?
Definitely did not.
All right, so we cut to Ashlyn waiting at the airport, trying to call Miriam, but isn't sure where to go. She's like, hey, I didn't see you on the plane, and you didn't give me the address. Where do I go? And then her phone buzzes with a text with the address. She's like, okay, fine, and then hangs up and gets a cab. And I also love that this is very obviously being shot in, like, Miami or something, because it's not the Caribbean.
You don't know that.
Or if this is, like, a Caribbean vacation movie where they're like, oh, we'll just make this movie in the Caribbean so we can get a free trip. They don't really show much of the Caribbean islands. It's mostly just Miami-looking villa.
Excellent.
Anyway, taxi drops her off at a private villa, and another girl, her age, meets her at the door. And is all, it's about time you showed up, and I'm going to call her Drizella, because I don't care what her real name is in the movie.
Aw, it's all ready to guess, like, 90s classic mean girl names.
You can guess her name if you want to. I'm not going to use it, but I'll tell you what it is if you want.
Brianna. Sorry, any Briannas. It's not personal. Heather.
Nope.
Mia.
Nope.
Hey, we could go
Buckle
more.
in, everyone. This will take a while.
Penelope.
No. That's too smart for this movie. Get two more. That's it. I'm cutting you off.
I feel like there are more mean girl names. Give me a mean girl name. Jasmine.
Becky.
Becky.
No, it's not Jasmine or Becky. It's Fiona.
Oh, see, Penelope was very close.
Nope. What? No? What?
That is the same vibe. Back me up, listeners. Penelope and Fiona are vibes.
No, they have like completely different words and completely different mythoses attached to them, so
no, they're the same family.
100%, not even close, Danielle.
There's people out there who agree with me.
Yeah, no people agree with anything, Danielle. It doesn't make it right. You're wrong.
Penelope
and
and Fiona are similar names.
Absolutely not. Anyway, Drizella here gives a little speech as she walks in, telling Ashlyn not to embarrass them, and also she's now a wedding planner because her fashion buyer job didn't work out. And Ashlyn is like, oh, okay. Ashlyn also learns that she was put in the worst seat on the plane on purpose because, like, Drizella booked her seats like, how'd you enjoy Coach? We were all up in first class and made you put you in the worst seat right near the toilets or something. Because
why do they hate her so much? Because she's a stepsister?
Yeah, look, Danielle, we just gotta accept they hate her because Cinderella movie has to Cinderella.
You should see if there was another plot behind that, but clearly not.
So actually, Ashlyn apparently was a real mean child, and to all these people, she deserves all the punishment she gets.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be a great twist?
It would actually kind of be fun.
Anyway, she meets up with the rest of the family, including Miriam and her stepbrother, who I'm going to call Anastasia.
That's nice, the gender twist there.
Again, functionally same character.
I didn't get to guess his name.
Okay, you really want to guess his name? No, do you want to spend another 20 minutes guessing names?
Brendan.
No.
Chad.
You're not going to get it. It's no.
I'm out. That's all I got.
It's Jerry, and we're not going to call him Jerry. It's Anastasia.
I would definitely not have gotten to Jerry.
Yeah, again,
who names their children Fiona and Jerry?
Jerry with a J, thank you.
Yeah, obviously.
It could be a G, you don't know.
No, it was definitely a J.
No, it's Anastasia and Drizella because they're way better names. Let's be honest, they're great names. So as Ashlyn explains she was left behind, Bruce walks in with island cocktails and expresses shock at Ashlyn having been abandoned at the airport. Miriam spouts some drivel about the taxi being full, and Ashlyn volunteered to stay behind as we went ahead because she's such a good child.
Here's the crazy thing about pretty much every Cinderella story, specifically this one too, is that
let's hear every Cinderella story.
They could just be nice to her for a week. They just have to pretend like they're like get along for a week, but instead they like do jerk move after jerk move, and so eventually the fiance almost always figures it out towards the end, right? And they have to figure out whether or not they're actually going to get married. Blah blah blah.
So here's the thing, Danielle. Yes, they're jerks to her, and you're right and wrong on this in a way that I think is going to be very delightful when I get to it, because it's not, we will get to it. It's crazy. Anyway, Bruce is very nice and says his son, who I will call Prince Face Blindness, because who cares, is really now back, and she should meet him.
Is his name Chad? feel like there's a Chad.
No, but he does share a name with one of your favorite actors.
Not Chad?
Not Chad is not the name of your favorite actor, Danielle. An actor that is featured on this podcast extensively.
Extensively?
Yes.
The guy in Knowing?
His name is Noah. It's not Nicolas Cage.
Noah.
Exactly. How could you not have guessed Noah?
Sorry, I forgot that. I was thinking stuff I had done, but that was not true. That was stuff somehow you've done, even though you haven't seen him in anything else.
No, although maybe I'll watch The Pit one day. I've heard good things.
It's a great show.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's why I've heard great things. Anyway, Prince Face Blindness is out back grilling. Miriam says that Anastasia should first show Ashlyn to her room. And I'm just going to say this now. Everyone in her family is terrible to her, and there's no way she should have come. Like, I get Cinderella having to live with her evil family because it's medieval France or whatever, and I get family is complicated and hard to disentangle yourself from, but Ashlyn had already functionally estranged herself from her family. She'd escaped, and then she's like, let me come back to this. And again, as we discussed, the lure of free tuition for an indeterminate amount of time does not seem strong. Like, he wasn't struggling hard enough to sell that to me. The movie should have sold that harder, is all I'm saying.
Yes, it sounds like they should have, but that was the only thing they could think of to, give this adult woman a reason to come back to this family.
Well, they also just couldn't have her struggling too hard at the beginning, because, that undermines her as, this perfect, wonderful person.
You could be struggling, moderately struggling, and doing good in your life.
Yes.
That's the time to moderately struggle is college.
I agree, but this movie has to make Ashlyn perfect and successful and crushing as a contrast to her step-siblings, which we'll get into, and it completely undermines the premise.
She could be crushing it and just, overwhelmed because there's a lot going on in her life.
Yeah, well, maybe that was a deleted scene, and I'll get that in the director's cut.
I'm sure you're going to watch it if it exists.
Oh, I would watch the director commentary of this movie in a heartbeat. So we went with the story because that's what Cinderella did, and then we did this because that's what Cinderella did, and then this part happened because, the Cinderella, that's what happens. Anyway, creative process done. As Anastasia shows Ashlyn to her room, she asks how his sports betting career is going. And Anastasia insists that, as far as Bruce is concerned, he's a sports statistician, and he even has business cards with the word statistician misspelled. So this family is not very good at deception, although that's their main tactic. It's wild.
Obviously, they're not very good at deception, or they'd both be doing better in their chosen careers.
Yeah, so he leaves, telling her she needs to set the table. Again, she doesn't have to take orders from these people. She can just be like, no, and what are they going to do, yell at her in front of Bruce?
Walk off. Yeah, she doesn't even have to be there.
Yeah, but anyway, she looks contentiously out the window, so maybe this is her fetish or something. She likes being degraded.
I guess. It's a whole different kind of Cinderella.
Oh, no. Cinderella, but she likes it.
I'm 100% sure that exists.
If it doesn't, Danielle, we have a movie to make. Fund us on Patreon.
There's a market for that, 1,000%.
Oh, we would make bank! Cut to the grill by the pool where Prince Face Blindness is making shish kebabs, traditional Caribbean dish. And he's handsome, I guess. He just looks like a generic, bland white guy to me, but the movie really lingers on him, so that movie really thinks he's very attractive. And you know what? Sure, I'll believe it. He's not bad. I just feel like it's like for Crazy or any other Hallmark movie. They all look the same to me.
That's fair. You also don't know the level of attractiveness in this reality. So
the context is, that's a good point.
Yeah, he's could be peak attractive. Maybe people are just sixes in this world.
In the world of sixes, the 8-man is king.
Yeah. Or 6 is hot. That's as high as it gets.
Look, he is, he's a good looking guy. I think the movie is really trying to sell it to you. Be like, yeah, look how great look. He's like, okay, sure. Thank you, camera. I get it. And he's clearly not a fan of Drizella or Anastasia as he shakes his head at their antics as they're like, oh, the pool's too cold. Get in, that kind of thing.
Well, he has to have some taste. Otherwise, why would he ever be with Ashlyn?
Boy, that's a question I'll have later. Bruce comes over to have some fun father-son banter before old Face Blindness goes inside and finds Ashlyn setting the table. Sparks fly as their eyes lock.
He's like, oh, are you the maid?
Kind of. No. But I've never seen more immediate, intense attraction between people about to be siblings.
It's fine. They're step siblings.
I know, but it's still fun.
They weren't even raised together, so, like, you don't even have to worry if that's, like, an issue or not.
I know, Danielle, but learn how to yes and once, would you?
You know what? It's actually so much more fun to know and with you. Or no but, also.
This is why our improv school failed.
It's a whole different style of improv.
Improv that nobody
It's like
enjoys.
shut down improv.
All right, show's over. Everyone leave.
How fast can you shut down an improv? I am really skilled at it. It's one of my best
that's
skills.
A fact. Never bring you up on stage at the at an improv show. It's a way to kill the whole vibe.
For many reasons, but yes.
Yeah. Anyway, ever gallant, face blindness offers to help as he grabs a stack of plates. Ashlyn shakes her head as if what she was just thinking is crazy. They talk about how odd it is to have step-siblings, and then he immediately asks about her father dying when she was 11, and then how his mother died a few years ago. So, trauma bonding. Yay!
What an insane thing to do to somebody you just met. So tell me more about your dead parent.
So you have step-siblings. That's wild. So your dad died then? Oh, you were 11. Cool. My mother died a few years ago. It's weird to see my father date again, etc., etc. Oh, Danielle. Oh, boy, this is great. Guess what he does for work. You get one guess.
Architect.
Yep, you got it.
I almost went into advertising, but it's usually the woman.
Well, so he works as an architectural engineer at an architectural firm.
Oh, he's like a level up.
Yeah. And apparently the math almost drove him off, and Ashlyn also hates math, which is why she works for a tax accountant, I guess.
Why do they both have math jobs that they hate math? That's dumb.
And she doesn't mention the teaching aspirations yet, which is crazy. But also, like, come on. The architect and the teacher, like the woman's the teacher, the guy's the architect. This is the most generic thing ever. It's like, come on. Paint by numbers here. It's not only paint by numbers Cinderella story, it's paint by numbers rom-com Cinderella.
It's like they just did a generator and pulled out things.
That is like, give me the most generic rom-com and put a Cinderella veneer on top of it. It's great. I kind of enjoyed it.
Do love a good architect.
So as the hard flirting continues, Miriam interrupts to tell face blindness his father is looking for him, and then she tells Ashlyn she forgot the silverware, humph, and flounces off.
I wanted to bang my stepbrother.
Son, thank you, stepson.
Okay, fine. What? That doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, that's what Miriam is, the relationship is stepson, not stepbrother.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it right.
I keep forgetting Miriam's the mother.
Well, she's not Anastasia or Drizella, so. After dinner, Ashlyn asks how they met. Uh-oh, Bruce, like, you didn't know how we met? That's odd. Because they work together, apparently. And Miriam quickly goes on about how, I've told this story 100 times, so many times. She was sure that Ashlyn had heard it before. And so they go into it. Bruce is a real estate developer, and Miriam decorates the model homes. It also comes out that she's in school. Not Miriam, Ashlyn. And Princey is all shocked that she's working and going to school. Like, bro, welcome to the modern economy since like 20 years ago.
I'm like, I went to school a long time ago and I went to school.
Yeah, me too. And it's like, that was common then, and that was, again, 20 years ago. So this movie is really trying to push that it's poor, put up on Ashlyn working and going to school. And
it's because they're rich. They don't know better.
I want to be clear here. I support education as a human right, and it should be free for everyone. I'm not saying that this is right that people should work and go to school, but I am saying that, like, this movie is set in our reality, presumably, and it does not seem to be set in our reality.
We already established that when the guy is a 6, possibly an 8.
I don't know. I'm not the best judge of male attractiveness because I'm a 10, and everyone else looks like 6s to me. Hey! No comment. Don't listen to me. Anyway, Bruce also just keeps saying, I'm so happy everyone is here, and how important it is that they're all together. So, like, this dude has a real thing for family togetherness. So maybe that explains Miriam's deception. I still think it's flimsy.
Well, if they had sat together on the airplane as much as they didn't want to, she could have given her the rundown on, like, okay, here's everything that you need to know, and this is what I need from you, and I will pay your tuition if you pretend like we've been hanging out for the last 6 months.
Sure. And also, like, Miriam could have just said her stepdaughter is estranged and it's painful, and Bruce would have been like, I'm so sorry to hear that. But I guess Bruce would have never allowed anything but the perfect family. Like, you have an estranged child? Get away from me, witch! Or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
You could just be like, oh my god, she's so sick. She's got the flu. She can't make it. There's easy ways out. There's easy ways out.
Easier ways out for sure. Anyway, we cut to the worst thing after dinner. Icebreakers. Oh no!
Oh no.
Drizella created a game at Bruce's request to help them learn more about each other because that's the best way to get to know your family is icebreaker games. Like you're
so
at a corporate retreat.
is this the first time all the kids have met? Like that even the step siblings haven't met?
No. So
Prince
Anastasia and Drizella have met Prince Face Blindness before. The only person no one has met is Ashlyn.
Why are they doing icebreakers just for Ashlyn? That's weird.
Yes, Danielle, thank you. And that's because the movie needs this to happen for our sake, I guess. Although, again, this scene could have been cut.
And you could just play a game. It doesn't have to be specifically an icebreaker game. It could just be like, let's play Monopoly or whatever.
No. We have to play this game because we have to learn about that. And the game is, they pick a card, it has the category like food, and everyone has to guess the card picker's favorite thing of that category.
Oh yeah, that'll go amazingly poorly.
Yeah, that's the entire premise. And again, the only reason this exists is to make Ashlyn look great and all her step families look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So they play a few rounds and Ashlyn nails every guess on the things about her siblings. So she's like, oh, I know what you love. I know your favorite sport. I know your favorite whatever.
Why did Drusilla think this was going to go well?
Yeah. So when it gets to her turn, her category is, crazily enough, her favorite hobby that she rarely gets to do.
Underwater basket weaving.
Favorite hobby she rarely gets to do. Why is it that specific? This icebreaker sucks. And of course, her family face plants. But then face blindness says, well, I obviously don't know, but I know what my favorite hobby that I rarely get to do is, so let me guess it and see if that's yours as well. Sure. And he says fishing, which is correct. They have the same favorite hobby they rarely get to do because what? What? How? No, what? Insane. Bonkers. His go-to tactic is, this is what I like, so I'm just going to assume you like it too, because I have nothing else.
There are worse ways to go about answering that question. Like, how is he supposed to know anything about this woman? Again,
I'm not blaming him for not having the answer, but it's crazy that he gets to the right answer by just guessing his favorite thing instead.
They have something in common, Sam.
They have a dead parent in common. Come on.
That's all they need for a working relationship.
I'm not saying that is, but I'm like, again, this is very ham-fisted. This is not a subtle movie.
Yes, it is.
And it's so great. Like, everything about this is like, oh, I see. You just need this to happen because plot, not because sense.
Do they ever go fishing at any point during this movie?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, good. You never know where movies sometimes say something and then it just never goes.
Actually, there's stuff that I made a bunch of notes in here about, oh, I bet this comes up later. And I think most of them do not actually, now that I think about it. So that would be fun. I get to rediscover that, reading through my notes. So Face Blindness goes next, revealing his favorite song is Claire de Lune. And I don't know how, but that's probably going to come back somehow. And it doesn't. So that's on me.
Should have played it while they were fishing.
It comes back in a very ancillary way. Anyway, also, this has been clear throughout this entire scene. I'm just going to point out now that Drizella either has the hots for face blindness or is just jealous that someone like Ashlyn is getting face blindness's attention.
Remind me if Drizella is the stepsister or the stepbrother?
Stepsister.
Bummer. Would have been way more interesting.
Yeah, I know. It would have been more interesting.
I want both of the step siblings to be like into face blindness because that'd be pretty fun.
That would have been amazing. At the end, he's like, I can have both. They ought to have been
and all of them.
A molecule, yeah. That'd be a Cinderella. Instead of like cutting off the toes and heel of the steps, she's like, yeah, what? I'll just take them all. I'm the prince. I can do whatever I want. Anyway, early the next morning, I presume, because time, who knows how they work in movies, everyone is still wearing the exact same clothes, so...
Their budget was very tiny.
Yeah. Ashlyn is working on her laptop by the pool when Face Blindness comes out and asks, how's it going making up her classwork? And Ashlyn lets slip that she was surprised by the trip. And like, oh, this is so last minute. He's like, what? She then reveals she's studying education and interning at an elementary school. So,
How did he know that she was doing classwork?
Good question. She was working on a computer, so I guess he just assumed.
He didn't think, are you doing some taxes? Googling?
Catching up on what's your favorite new social media app again, Danielle?
Remember I said Roost Social?
There you go, that's the one. You've got some other new Roost account or whatever. I don't know how it works.
Plugging that on the podcast now.
Yeah, you spent 10 minutes telling me about it. I figured I might as well make something.
I just thought you'd find it interesting. They're birds.
That was the entire pitch. 10 minutes of her saying, but they're birds. I'm like, yeah, but the birds. Cool.
Whatever.
And honestly, not a bad pitch for someone who isn't as chronically offline as I am. And out of touch. I'm completely out of touch.
I'm going to send you pictures so you can see.
Okay, well, I guess I'll look at them. Who cares? Anyway, face blindness offers to help her study, since the sooner she finishes, the sooner she can enjoy the trip. So she has him quiz her for a test, although we never get to see that happen, which is sad, because they just happen to spot Miriam and Bruce laughing and walking on the beach and comment on how odd it is to have parents dating again.
I think it'd be more odd that she knows that Miriam's a terrible person and Bruce seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, that was in the description. Well done.
I mean, that's the plot of Cinderella.
Well, what, the stepmother is dating the king? And
that the stepmother's terrible and anybody around her is nice.
Yeah. So we cut to the church venue. It's big and beautiful, but Miriam has to remind Bruce about the deposit. So clearly some maybe gold-digging implications, which, duh, welcome to Cinderella. Anyway, Miriam really wants birds released in the church after the ceremony, despite Bruce's suggestion that they do it outside, because birds inside make a mess, especially a beautiful church. But she browbeats him into, trying to convince the priest to let them do it.
Also,
which is
no birds.
Crazy.
Don't do the birds.
Yeah, just leave birds out of your wedding.
Yeah.
Let them be happy. She also takes Ashlyn aside and tells her that she's being too morose, which is ridiculous. Anyway, crazy and wild that she's like, oh, you're being friendly and talking to everyone is too morose. You need to buck up? And like somehow her wedding depends on the approval of Ashlyn.
Yeah, she seems to be a pivot point for this, and I don't quite understand why.
Me neither, Danielle. Me neither. Bruce then surprises them by taking them to an aviary, which does not excite the step-siblings. But Drizella brightens up when she finds the opportunity to share birdseed with Prince Face Blindness.
Birds! There are birds, Sam!
Oh, right, yes. Sorry, Danielle. I didn't realize that birds exist in other things, too.
Love a good aviary, I suppose.
Who doesn't? Yeah, please. The zoo near me has a great aviary. It's so good.
Where did you say?
The zoo near me.
Oh, the zoo near you. That was not what I heard.
What'd you hear?
Like a zoonery?
A zoonery.
I was like, what's a zoonery?
I don't know. What's zoonery with you?
I know. I was like, okay.
Good times. Anyway, the plan with Prince Face Blindness immediately falls apart as Drizella freaks out at the birds as they land on the birdseed cups. Also, Ashlyn has been taking photos with her phone throughout the trip, like she takes a picture of the church window and of the birds, and I'm sure this must come back later. Spoiler, it doesn't.
It's just her hobby that she rarely gets to do.
No, that's fishing.
Just another one.
This is the hobby that she more regularly gets to do, but not as rarely as fishing. This is why they'd be so specific in the icebreaker game.
Like, aside from picture taking, what's another hobby you rarely get to do?
I don't know, spelunking? That's all I got.
Do
That's the only
love
hobby I
a
can
good
think of.
Spelunk.
I don't think you do. I think you like
I've never
me do not want to
be.
Yeah, I don't want to be trapped in a tiny cave, crawling through with no room to breathe.
1,000% don't. We'll never watch that horror movie, and I love a good horror movie.
Yeah, no, thank you. Too real.
I'm not even claustrophobic. I just don't want to see that happen to anybody.
I'm not massively claustrophobic either, but that is not okay. That is ooh. Anyone who wants to torture me, I just gave you the ammunition you need. I would break immediately. Tell you whatever you want. You want the nuclear code? You got them.
I mean, do they really need to torture you at all? If the option's torture, just telling them what they want. Maybe just tell them what they want.
I mean, if the nuclear code, who cares, right?
At this point.
Oh, Danielle the optimist. But Danielle, there are birds here.
There are birds.
There are birds, Danielle. What about the birds? Yeah.
They have such great names.
That one's Jerry. That one's Drizella.
Yeah, actually.
You should name all your birds after the characters of this movie. Very fun.
No, I do have a Prince Dunlap Featherington, though.
Of course you do. The least surprising thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth.
I know zero things about birds, but I do like to look at them. I just don't know any of their names. It's like trees. You
like trees and birds, but can't identify them. Got it.
No, I know 8 trees, and that's probably about as many birds as I know.
All right, well, we'll do a birds and trees quiz show later.
That'll be quick.
So anyway, back to this. Prince, Face Blindness, and Ashlyn find themselves a moment alone with the birds, only to again be parakeet blocked by Miriam. After getting back to the villa, Miriam tells Ashlyn she needs to watch herself, not to get too comfortable with the prince. And Ashlyn is all, you should be talking with Drizella about that. And Miriam says, don't talk about her. You're here to be happy and silent. Which is like, what? And so Miriam's like, I thought I had everything when I married your father, but their time was cut short, and now I want to be happy again, so don't ruin it or make the family look bad. Which again, if Ashlyn is this big of a liability to you, why bring her along?
Or, like, she's actually not a big liability at all. Literally just let her do whatever she's doing. Like, what does it matter?
She has done nothing that has made them look bad besides accidentally not, like, coordinate their lies, because she's not even on what lies she needs to coordinate.
I feel like this is the least hard thing to pull off ever, and they're making it so difficult on themselves.
They are their own worst enemies, Danielle. This plan, you and I, we can pull this off, no problem. If you need to, like, have me be your fake stepchild to get married to some wealthy dude, I would be able to do it with no problem.
Why would you ever look young enough to be my fake stepchild?
Because my father was much older than you, thank you very much.
Yeah. This is my stepchild, same age. Don't ask
2 years
questions.
Younger, thank you.
You do not look 2 years younger than I do.
Ouch!
Maybe
you call me
if you
old?
shaved, if you shaved your beard.
I don't have a beard right now.
See, perfect, and no gray hair. Good luck.
I don't have to be that much younger than you. I'm still younger than you. Also, I can still be older than you and still your stepson. That's how this crazy world works, Danielle. Don't be a bigot.
I'm just saying it'd be harder to pull off.
No.
I'm definitely not.
Danielle, that attitude is why these step-family fails, why we should succeed if you just have the right attitude.
That's true. I would go with whatever we needed to do. I would actually call you in if I needed somebody to fake something.
There you go. See, and
I absolutely think you could pull it off.
I would be an amazing stepchild to you, stepmommy dearest.
Don't like that.
But mummy, do you remember when I was a child and we used to play together and then father married you when you were old enough?
Oh, God.
There's the Cinderella story.
I don't like that. Hard pass.
So, the Cinderella movies we need to make are Cinderella likes being degraded, and Cinderella is the same age as her stepchildren or whatever, or stepmother or whatever. We'll figure that out. All right, well, fund those on Patreon again. Plug 2. Let's go.
So many Cinderella remakes we could have by the end of this.
Honestly, you and I come up with a bunch of them, I bet.
I actually think we could do a whole podcast just of Cinderella remakes, I'll be honest.
All right, maybe we'll do a bonus. So keep your eyes on this feed for we probably won't ever do that. Back inside, Bruce has a sit down with Ashlyn to check in if she's okay with all of this. The marriage and new family, it's all a lot. It could be a lot for someone. And he's not trying to replace her father or anything like that. And Bruce shares that Miriam was worried she couldn't give everything to her kids, especially Ashlyn as a single parent. And it can be hard, even years later after losing a parent. But Ashlyn assures him that if they're happy, she's happy. And she's a little surprised to learn about Miriam's concern for her. And I don't know if it's genuine or not. This movie, we'll get to it, could have done with 5 minutes less of icebreakers and 5 minutes more of like a flashback to Ashlyn's childhood or something. I
absolutely would think as Ashlyn that was a complete BS fabrication on the part of Miriam. I would not assume until proven otherwise.
We have, the ending is crazy. We'll get there. So later they're all getting ready to go to the bakery for the cake tasting. And I got to remind you, the wedding is in a week.
Literally, my brain froze for a second. I was like, what?
So this movie does all of the like we're gonna do the dress try-ons and shopping. We're gonna do the dress fitting. We're gonna do the cake tasting. We're gonna do the flower picking out. We're gonna do the seating charts, and we're gonna do the venue. It hasn't even got the deposit for the venue down yet. And the wedding's in a week. And again, this is this movie trying to have its cake and eat it too, pun intended, where it needs the tight timeline of like only a week for the mayor, which will create tension to give Ashlyn no time to get to know her stepfamily or her soon-to-be new stepfamily. But also it wants to have all the like wedding things happen, and it does not make any sense.
How big is this wedding?
Massive. There's like 50 people insane. Coming to the ceremony.
It's not like you can create a wedding cake in like hours.
No, it is not.
There's so much work goes into a wedding cake. Wedding cakes are like a whole process.
Yeah, and assuming the bakery isn't already slammed with other orders is crazy.
Yeah, they are paying. Okay, so like it's already a ton of money to do a wedding. They are paying exorbitant amount of rush fees right now for all these things to happen.
Also for a destination island wedding.
Yeah, like this is just an absurd amount of money that if they had just done these things like 6 months ago would be half the price.
100%. It's insane. Everyone's like, oh, this is normal to be picking out the wedding cake flavors 6 days before the wedding.
Yeah,
nonsense.
Bonkers.
Anyway, so as they're getting ready to go to the bakery, Ashlyn isn't there. Miriam says, oh, just to leave her since she's busy studying, but Bruce insists and goes to look for her. Bruce finds her in her room and comments on how small it is and how there are other rooms available that are much larger. This must be like a servant's room. And they say servant's room several times, like that's a normal thing to have on a villa, I guess. On the Airbnb where you bring your own servant to stay in the maid's house or whatever.
This again feels like a problem they don't need to create. They could literally just give her a normal room.
Yeah. But she's like, oh, I've already unpacked. And so nothing comes of it. And she's like, okay, well, let's go. And then he gets her to come with them. At the bakery, they're trying samples and determining flavors. And when Prince Face Blindness suggests lemon, Drizella's all, I love lemon, which kind of freaks him out, which is funny and also would freak me out too, because I'm not a lemon cake or lemon baked goods person. I just put that out there.
That That's why we're friends. See, I like pumpkin pie, but you don't, but we both don't like lemons.
Lemon baked goods. I like lemonade, I like lemon lots of things, but like lemon bars and lemon meringue pie, no thank you. Mm-hmm. Take that stuff away.
Yeah, they're fine. I'll eat them, but they're not even close to my favorite. They're way down the list.
So anyway, I appreciate that Drizella is willing to risk the lemon foods for her crush.
For her true love. I'm going to assume that actually what happens is there's some third party that gets involved in this and then realizes that Ashlyn's in this like abusive relationship with her family and is like, draw your boundaries, woman, and then gets her out of there and they live happily ever after.
If this movie was sane, yes. But this movie is not sane, as we will get to. Anyway, the prince and Ashlyn are talking, and he comments on how he likes a cake with a 1-to-1 ratio of frosting to cake, which is just wrong. I'm sorry. You can disagree with the lemon thing, I'll accept that. But the frosting is not the best part of cake. I'm sorry. No, wrong. You can't have more frosting than cake. That is a terrible take. He is 100% wrong. There are good frostings. I'm just saying, I don't want more frosting than cake. It's like it ruins everything, ruins the balance.
It's like Oreo cookies that have way too much insides.
You don't need like quadruple stuffed Oreos. It's gross.
They're gross.
Thankfully, Ashlyn agrees and is horrified, so if she had any sense, she'd get on a plane back home now and be free from this psychopath.
Frosting. Hard. No, I'm out of here.
Look. You gotta have boundaries. If she can't have boundaries with her abusive family, she's gotta have boundaries with her cake preferences. I'm sorry. You gotta do them somewhere.
Draw the lines, Ashlyn.
Draw the lines. Assert yourself. You deserve better. You deserve someone who wants cake that is not disgusting. Anyway, it comes up that she likes passion fruit and vanilla, so the baker suggests they try the passion fruit cream cake he has, just coincidentally. And then the prince like tries to feed it to her, like by hand, and like, oh, sorry, then gets a fork and then feeds it to her anyway, which is crazy. Because they just barely know each other.
Passion fruit.
And she has two working hands and forks of her own. She doesn't need him to feed her.
Does she? Are you sure? Has she proven that?
You know what, Danielle? Good point. Later, back at the villa, Miriam notices leaves in the pool and commands Ashlyn to clean it. When Bruce comes up with the idea of going deep sea fishing.
Ooh.
And like, how deep we talking? Because it gets horrific down there. I don't want to eat anything that comes from the deep sea.
That's not what deep sea fishing is.
I know, Danielle, but come on. Yes, and.
Once again, it's no and.
it's no, just
the
flat
game,
no.
The game is
you offer
how
nothing
fast
back.
can we stop this?
And
I have literally like
child.
25 years of experience stopping you from going.
And you haven't succeeded yet. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, Danielle. Obsolete.
You do have a lot of energy. It's good. One of us needs a lot of energy.
Yeah, anyway, Ashlyn, the Prince Face Blindness, and Anastasia all agree to go. And then Ashlyn goes to clean the pool, which is crazy. She can just not clean it. What's going to happen to her? Just don't do it.
That'd be one thing if the stepmother was like lording it over her head. Like, I won't give you your tuition money if you don't do everything we tell you to do. But no, that's not what's happening.
No, and like your stepmother can't like berate her in front of Bruce because that'll ruin the whole play. Like, Ashlyn has a considerable amount of leverage in the situation. Later, Giselle is complaining to Anastasia that they're going fishing and she's getting left behind. But she's the wedding planner and they should have consulted with her first. He's like, this is a vacation. You're not planning the vacation.
She's a terrible wedding planner because this should all be done.
Everything's a week before. Yeah.
No wonder why she got, like, left her other job.
No kidding. But then Giselle notices that Anastasia is testy because he's probably losing at his bets and not doing well. Cut to the boat. Ashlyn correctly learns that Drizella is losing his bet, so that was a whole, 2 seconds of tension there. But he's confident he can win it back tonight. Meanwhile, Bruce is chatting with face blindness about how he thinks things are going. The prince reveals that he likes Miriam well enough, though he's only interacted with her at dinners or holidays, and the step-siblings are where the awkwardness is, though Ashlyn seems to have the most sense among them, and I'm like, okay, you're not a complete idiot.
That's good.
Yeah, I know, right? Low bar. Meanwhile, Miriam and Drizella are trying on dresses, again, a week before the wedding.
So crazy.
When Drizella is all, so Bruce and face blindness are close, so we'll be seeing a lot of him, right? And Miriam was all, even though you have a crush, he might take a while to see you as anything more than a sibling, since it's all very new. Just give it time, Drizella. So she's giving her blessing to her daughter to go after her stepson.
Sure, why not?
And Drizella says she's trying to give it time, but that darn Ashlyn keeps getting in the way. And Miriam says not to worry about that. Keep her focused on her classes and teaching dreams, and she won't give the prince a second thought. Which, no.
So again,
that's not how it works.
They just met, right? Drusilla and face blindness?
I don't know. I presume they met at those dinners and holidays that face blindness mentioned with Miriam.
Oh, that's right. You said that everybody knew each other but Ashlyn. Got it.
I assume. That would make
more sense, because otherwise, why does Drusilla like him? She would have met him 24 hours ago or whatever.
I don't know. Why does Ashlyn like him? She met him 24 hours ago.
Because he seems like the most normal out of the entire family. Because she is trapped in this abusive situation and he feels
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 100%. She's like, please, dear God, get me out of here. It is a cry for help, Sam. He's the only person not attached directly to this family. They're both outliers.
I guess, fair enough. Again, Giselle could also have been love at first sight, but I think it makes more sense to me that they know each other vaguely from family gatherings.
Yes.
Anyway, that is her entire advice is don't bother him and keep Ashlyn focused on her studies. You can't also study and pursue your dreams and get a man because, again, 1950s.
Nonsense.
Oh, this
Nobody's ever done that in the history of the world.
Absolutely. Again, I told you, it wasn't my thing. It was this movie pushing those ideas. Back on the boat, Anastasia is seasick, which is fair. It's a very small boat, and the waters look very choppy. But suddenly, there's a fish on his line, and he's too incapacitated. So Ashlyn reels it in with the prince's help, with his arms wrapped around her to stabilize her. Ooh, yes. Fishing romance, the smelliest of romances.
That's what I always assume when I hear guys talking about going deep sea fishing. I'm like, oh yeah. No.
Is that true? Because I thought of the horrors of the deep. So what do I know?
Literally, I've never thought about deep sea fishing.
I thought of blobfish the second I heard deep sea fishing. I'm like, no, thank you. Leave those down.
I thought of tunas or whatever.
I mean, there's bonefish. There are horrors down there, Danielle.
Okay, that's not what they're fishing for.
They're not fishing in the deep sea. They're shallow sea fishing out in the ocean.
But they're
Words
in the
matter.
Deep sea. They're
out
in the
deep
where
sea.
The sea
they're
is deep.
The sea goes deep. They are not approaching the deep part of the sea, though.
They're not that's not what deep sea fishing. It's not fishing the deep of the sea. It is fishing
and I'm
in
saying,
deep
that
sea.
Is wrong. It is the wrong. We're sitting on a mountain and being like, oh, I'm valley hiking while I'm standing on a mountaintop. Maybe the valley is there, but you're not in it.
Okay, well, you know who, Dear Encyclopedia Britannica, please change, Dear Oxford, I don't know what you want to do. That is what it is called.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, everyone who calls that is wrong, and I'm sorry, and welcome to this podcast. I have never heard deep sea fishing before this moment, and I have already strong feelings about it, what it's called.
Serious?
What do I never heard of deep sea fishing.
I don't know. It's just I've heard it so many times that it's never occurred to me that people didn't ever hear it.
I'm sorry, Danielle. I don't subscribe to Fisherman Quarterly or go to Bass Pro Shop. What do I know?
Neither do I, but I don't know.
Yeah. Look, Danielle, and it's amazing that I haven't heard deep sea fishing before, and yet I'm correct about what it should be called, which is anything but deep sea fishing.
It's fishing out where the sea is deep.
Okay, sure, Danielle. You're not fishing in the deep sea. You're fishing the shallow part where the sea happens to be deeper than where it was a few feet away.
I assume that the line goes down pretty far. It's not like they're just catching things that are floating on top of the water. They're
Look,
fish.
Danielle, if you're not down with the horror monsters, you're not in the deep sea. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a line.
Okay.
Good. Thank you for agreeing finally.
I was just letting it go.
Yeah, that's the best I can hope for from you. Anyway, she reels it in. It's a massive fish of some kind. I don't know fish. Let's move on.
Me and birds.
You and fish too, probably, I'd guess.
You never played that fish game on old computers where you had to identify all the different fish?
No? Was that a screensaver? I think it was a screensaver.
It was not. It was like an Okay, listen. I had a lot of educational games on a computer as a child.
Loved them. Loved every one of them.
And one of them was about fish.
I played the game Thinking Things a lot as a kid.
It was one of the ones that was like on a floppy disk because I'm old.
Yeah, obviously. Again, we've established we are not hip with it, Danielle. And I'm not old enough to know what deep sea fishing is, apparently. So I'm a man without a country.
I'm one with the youth. I just also happen to play games that were
You're
floppy
one with the
disks.
youth. Yeah, you're real. How do you do, fellow children? I'm Danielle. I believe that. But Sam, it has birds. And all the kids are talking about it.
It's true they are. Have you been on social media lately?
No, because I don't care. Anyway, back at the house, Miriam immediately sends Ashlyn out again to get medicine for Anastasia and the shoes Miriam left at the dress shop because good job, Miriam. At dinner, both Anastasia and Ashlyn are missing, with Anastasia still recovering and Ashlyn still running errands. Bruce suggests waiting, so Miriam offers to call Ashlyn to see how close she is, but really just fakes the phone calls, like, okay, I guess we'll eat without you, we'll save you a plate. Which, again, that's a lot of work for a deception that really doesn't need to be done at all.
No, she'd literally just say, oh, Ashlyn offered to go get the shoes from the shop, I forgot them.
Or why bother sending Ashlyn away in the first place? It doesn't, she's killing it. If your goal is to marry Bruce, and you don't really care about Drizella hooking up with Prince Face Blindness, then, Ashlyn is your best asset in that. Bruce loves her. Later that night, Ashlyn comes back to a fly-covered plate of leftovers left in her room and a snarky note from Drizella.
Why is it covered in flies? Why are there so many flies in this house?
I guess it has left it out long enough that the flies found it, or something. Who knows?
It grew from it? Are there closed windows in this house? Why are there so many flies inside of the house?
Danielle, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Am I, though?
Yeah, because, let me get to the next sentence. Ashlyn sits down to eat it anyway.
That's gross.
Yeah, she sits down.
Why?
She sits down, she sighs, puts a fork into it, picks up, and then holds her mouth, and finally she remembers she has some self-respect and puts it down, no, never mind. I'm wow, Ashlyn needs therapy. We got to it, Danielle. We found the point where we had to say the character needs therapy in the show. We did it. Check that off your bingo card.
There's a 1,000,000% chance there's just food in the fridge that she could just throw that out and go make a sandwich. Yeah. There's no way there's not snacks and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. She's no way she needs to do that. And I think it's supposed to remember how browbeaten she is, but also, no, she hasn't shown herself to be, she has been a doormat for a lot of this, but still.
Yeah, but she's choosing to be a doormat. It's not even she's in a situation where she is, it's hard to not be a doormat. She literally is actively choosing it.
She escaped and then came back. Well, I want to make that clear. This isn't like Cinderella where it's just I had no choice. It's the only life I knew since I was a young child. And this is medieval France where a woman on her own has no prospects. This is a woman who is doing just fine and decides to bring herself back into the situation for no reason. I can't explain it. Again, I'm not victim blaming here, but it doesn't make any sense.
Except that I also think that, at least from what you've said, the movie has not shown why she would do that. That she felt like she had to return to the situation or put up with these people. It'd be one thing if this was a character thing, or yes, she was going back to this abusive family because she was in this abusive loop or whatever, but she's not. So I don't understand. Nope. I don't understand her character. Why would she stay in this situation?
That is the thing that is the most baffling to me is Ashlyn's decisions and why I find it very hard to feel bad for her because I feel like I know it's easy to say just assert boundaries, and it's a lot harder than that in reality, but like, it felt like she had already been estranged from them for years. Like, literally, she already had boundaries. She wasn't in communication with, like, she'd send messages, she never got anything back. She wasn't seeing them. So, I don't know, it just feels less like she's stuck in this loop than she made a really bad choice based on the promise of tuition that she didn't really need.
Yeah, and let's say that she really did want to do it for the tuition for XYZ reasons. It doesn't make sense that once she's there, that she's does like everything that they tell her to do. That's the weird part to me. Like, going, sure, free money. But why would you then eat that plate of food? Why would you clean out the pool? Why would you do any of those things?
And maybe you could argue that, like, oh, she's fallen into old patterns or whatever when she's back with her family, like how everyone regresses when they go home to their childhood home or whatever. But, like, I don't know. It feels dubious. Like, none of this has been very well established.
Yeah, I don't think it's establishing that, though.
Anyway, we cut to the next day. Anastasia is on the phone about his account being shut down, funds issues, basically what you would expect from gambling losses. When Prince Face Blindness comes in and asks if everything's okay, Anastasia insists everything is and rushes out. We cut to the florist. Miriam, Drizella, and Ashlyn are there. And why does Ashlyn keep going with them? And why do they keep inviting her to these outings? They don't want her there. Like, hey, let's all go pick off flowers together. It's not like Bruce is there to watch them or like judge the families. They could be like, oh, that's not really Ashlyn's thing. She doesn't really care about flowers. So we'll just go and take care of that. And besides, Drizella's the wedding planner and I'm the bride. So we're the only ones who really need to be there.
Yeah, if she was smart, she would just go do her own thing and then only go to the stuff Bruce was at.
Yeah, anyway, this is where Ashlyn learns that she's not a bridesmaid and not even involved in the wedding party, but will be an usher. And A, I don't know why she's surprised. And B, what a terrible plan if you want Bruce to think you're a happy family.
Again, this feels like they just don't understand how to fake a relationship with their child.
Look, Danielle, this is why I was saying I would be an amazing stepchild for you. We would figure this stuff out. It would not be hard. Yeah, like a fake being at a wedding party. It wouldn't be hard just to like, okay, put her in a dress, give her a bouquet, let her stand there, and who cares?
You can hire bridesmaids and groomsmen, I imagine, but definitely bridesmaids. Sure. And I feel like that would be the best job. Like, it'd be so easy.
And she's literally the only person, like, Anastasia's going to walk Miriam down the aisle. Drizella is the bridesmaid, and Prince Face Blindness is the groomsman. So, like, everyone else is involved but the one child, Ashlyn. They'd be like, oh, that's normal.
You could make her the flower girl.
But also, Ashlyn is surprised by it. She's like, you're not putting me in the wedding party? Like, and she's not surprised, like, oh, that's going to be totally blow up our spot. She's surprised, like, oh, I wouldn't expect you to be this mean to me. Like, yeah, you should.
They hate you.
Ashlyn is not, like, figured this out yet. It's crazy.
I'm not sure she's smart enough to be a teacher.
Yeah, it's really concerning. Her lack of math skills is only the start. Her lack of math skills and working then in a tax accounting office is crazy. Back at the villa, Ashlyn is restlessly pacing her room. She goes for a run, I guess still upset about not being included in the wedding party. She goes for a run on the beach to cool off and just happens to run to Prince Face Blindness. And they get to talking. Drizella spots them walking back on the beach together and is pissed. She sneaks into Ashlyn's room and deletes the paper she's working on from her computer. And honestly, that's as much on Ashlyn for A, not having backups, and B, leaving her computer completely unlocked around her crazy family.
Like, why would your computer not be just generally locked, but also definitely here?
Yeah, and also, again, my PSA, backups. I cannot tell you how many times we had to try to recover people's lost theses and stuff from their computers from not having backups. Ugh.
And the dumb thing is that most programs automatically save. So, like, what are you doing?
Again, this is the loveliness of a fake computer interface where, like, Giselle is, like, pushing up the computer and a little box pops up that says delete permanently. So I guess she did the permanent delete, not, like, send to trash or whatever. Crazy. So again, Ashlyn is really the victim here, but, like, she wasn't doing good digital hygiene. Come on, do better.
It's a little bit on her.
Yeah, it's a little bit on her. Not a lot, but she's got, like, a 10% responsibility here. Because what if her computer had crashed or was stolen on the plane or whatever? Like, Ashlyn, get the program.
Yeah, seriously.
So that's my PSA for the day, everyone. Backups. That's what you come to book retorts for. The weirdness and the good life advice.
We do have a lot of good life advice.
It's advice. I don't know how good it is.
I don't know. Some of it's really good.
Yeah, true. Right. Like, always have a sharp knife that can cut through bone and sinew.
Exactly. Always back up your documents.
That's a good one. Back with Ashlyn and the prince on the beach, he's asking her what's going on. And not very subtly asks if she has guy troubles. Like, you seem put out. Do you have guy troubles? And he's like, okay, sorry.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, as subtle as a bag of hammers, this one. She confesses she's single, and the prince admits he's also not so recently single after the woman he was dating abruptly just left him for some job overseas. And he's like, took it real hard, I guess.
Sure, she did.
She's like, I gotta escape this guy. He doesn't know my face from everyone else's face.
She's like, I'm going out of the country. You will definitely never see me again in this large city.
Back at the villa, the two are told to get dressed up for dinner, and while changing, Ashlyn notices her computer has been tampered with and her paper is gone. The horror!
Oh, no.
But also, I have been there, and it is a bad feeling to feel you've lost something like that right before the deadline.
Yes, absolutely. However...
Yep, backups. Ashlyn rushes out and explains she can't go. She needs to rewrite the paper. Bruce and Prince Face Blindness offer to help, while Drizella smirks. But Ashlyn insists that they go. She can rewrite the paper, and it's due tomorrow, so she'll need all the time she can get. At dinner, Miriam reveals a friend of hers had to drop out, so they need to revisit the seating chart, which I guess will come back later in the movie in some way, but it doesn't. So again, something that does not matter.
Why would they have to readjust the seating chart? It's just one person missing.
A couple, I think.
Okay, so there's one couple less at the table.
Well, we'll get to it later because they... Okay, so who cares? I don't know, Danielle, and it's apparently a big thing.
Okay, sorry.
But Bruce has a gift for her, a lovely bracelet as a memento. And so as they're discussing the menu, Drizella tries to get Prince Face Blindness to agree to share dessert before they even order, and he's like, I haven't even thought about dessert yet. But he instead asks, hey, what do you think Ashlyn might like? And she's like, why would I care? As they order, he orders an extra meal for Ashlyn, who's still hard at work when they get back.
That's so nice of him, considering he let her food grow flies in her bedroom.
Yeah, apparently did nothing to help prepare her meal for her, cover it with plastic wrap or whatever.
Leave it in the refrigerator like a normal family.
No, that's too much. The prince comes into Ashlyn's room with food, and since her paper is going well, he invites her outside to eat. They share a moment eating by the pool while Ashlyn tries to explain what her paper is about and how she didn't always want to be a teacher, but she ran into an old teacher that helped her out a lot and she wants to be that for others. But wouldn't you know it, Prince Face Blindness' mother was also a teacher too.
Oh my God, was it her old teacher that also helped her?
I was about to think it was. But what she says is, a music teacher. I'm like, she knows this teacher? What is this? But she's like, no, I know she was a music teacher because your favorite song is Claire de Lune, or a piano teacher. And he's like, okay, great.
Like, maybe he just knows classical music. Also, really famous piece.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's how it comes back. That's the one point it comes back, but it does not really matter. Again, ancillary.
Silly.
Anyway, it was very hard when she passed, obviously, and Ashlyn empathizes. Then Ashlyn speculates on love and marriage, and clearly they're hinting that they've found the one or they're thinking about it. So, like, deep talk from two maybe deep people. It's hard to tell, honestly.
Medium people?
There we go. They're as deep sea fishing is. Hey-oh!
Solid throwback.
Cut to Anastasia. He goes to see his mother and tell her that he's lost a lot of money, like $30,000 this week.
That's a lot of money, but how rich are they? Does it matter?
Not very. Miriam is not happy and is all, I've tried to be supportive, but this is not the way to make it in your life. And Anastasia asks her to talk to Bruce, get him enough money to win it all back, and she refuses. But it's like, okay, maybe I can help you out a little bit. And that's when he drops the bombshell that it was her money already. They had like an account that he was jointly signed to or something, and he drained that account for this.
She should know. Like, your child has a gambling addiction. Why would you make them the partner on your bank? Like,
some account, a bunch of money. Sense. So this is a massive financial blow. So, like, they're not wealthy enough that this isn't a massive problem. Essentially,
I would feel bad for them, but they're terrible people.
Yeah, exactly. So this is when Miriam's all like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Ask Bruce about it now and reveal that we've been lying to him about your job? Or ask him after the wedding when he thinks I had lied to him all along just to get him to marry me? And so eventually she settles on just having Anastasia keep quiet, and they'll get through the wedding and she'll tell Bruce and figure out how to break it to him in a way that isn't too, suspicious or whatever. The next morning, Ashlyn wakes up after passing out on her notes, quickly finishes her paper and sends it off just in time.
Good job, Ashlyn.
Yeah, good job. Student of the year. Or, you could have asked for an extension. Who knows?
My evil stepsister deleted my paper.
Even if she just said I had computer troubles, I'm sure her person was like, okay, you have an extra couple of hours or something.
Yeah, and she's, I assume, been a very good student up till this point, so hopefully the professor wouldn't be a jerk about it.
She alludes to the fact that her professors were upset that she was doing this vacation, and like, no, who cares? As long as if you're doing the work and getting it done, like if you're like, okay, I'll do a bunch of makeup work or whatever, that's kind of fine. I don't know. It seems contrived again. But what is it in this movie? Person. Yeah, it's true. Some professors are jerks.
You would know.
Yeah. Oh, but they're like people, which are sometimes jerks.
That's true. I would know.
Yeah, there you go. So Ashlyn walks out to find Bruce and Miriam discussing the seating arrangement and how maybe Bruce has an extra couple that can fill the gap. But again, the wedding's in a week. You're going to invite the people out with less than a week for the wedding? Crazy talk.
You're like, excuse me, I'm so sorry. You didn't make the first cut. But luckily for you, we've actually had some late cancellations. And we were wondering, would you like to fill in for this couple that can't make it?
And since this last minute, your plane, flight, and hotel are going to be super expensive. Does that sound great?
We are not comping you for that.
100% no. You're on your own. How could I refuse? So Ashlyn then decides to pull Miriam aside for a conversation. Ashlyn asks Miriam what she wants her to wear for the wedding since she didn't bring a dress.
White.
Miriam is like, what do you mean you didn't bring a dress? Just wear whatever you have. Like, well, that's a very stupid thing to do, not to bring a dress. And Ashlyn says she figured that Miriam would give her a dress that matches her wedding color. She didn't know anything about the wedding. And Miriam says that was a stupid thing to figure. And like, why would she spend money on just one day? I'm like, wait a minute. That's the whole premise of wedding, to spend a bunch of money on just one day.
That was a lot of thoughts that I just had.
Okay.
Like,
why don't you walk us through them?
Brought a dress just because.
Sure.
And
yeah, of
also,
course.
like, why wouldn't you have a dress? You're in the Caribbean and it's warm.
She's not a dress-wearing person. She only wears, like, capris or shorts.
Whatever. I would have brought a dress just because you're in the Caribbean and you're going to a wedding and your family hates you. So why would you assume that they're going to give you anything? Or
that's the part that I
agree the wedding or, like, whatever. And then, again, if she shows up wearing capris and a t-shirt, that's going to look real bad to Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give her a frickin' dress, lady.
It's wild that Miriam is the one who's like, well, that's your problem. Figure it out. I'm like, no, it's your problem because you're the one who's invested in this charade, not me.
And if Ashlyn would grow a backbone, she could just be like, fine, I will be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Have a good day. Like, I'll see you at the wedding.
Then Miriam would have probably said something like, well, you're not getting your tuition money then or whatever. But like, also, who cares? Again, Ashlyn was doing fine with the tuition money to begin with, so...
She'd be like, fine, I'm going on vacation for a few days in the Caribbean before I go back to my life back in the United States. So suck it, have fun telling Bruce why I'm not here.
Yeah, Ashlyn's... I wish they had done more to establish either Ashlyn's reluctance, like desperation for the money, or like some kind of childhood that she had that shows why she is so easily browbeaten by these people.
Like we're trying to like workshop this very
like we never do that for every other thing we do.
Retelling. No offense to the writers and producers of this film.
Yeah, Danielle, you say that like we've never done that to literally every piece of media we've ever done.
Listen, we'd be really good at this.
We talk a lot about ways to improve media for people who have created very little, in fact, for media for people. So, you know,
people
obviously we're armchair quarterbacking it. Backseat driving people's media for them.
I would hire me.
So Ashlyn does point out that Bruce might find it odd for her to be seating guests in the back instead of in the wedding party, and also not included any of the photos. And Miriam is all, don't try to manipulate me. You always thought you would do something as a child. Again, a flashback would have helped. Ashlyn responds that she's happy to leave if she's not wanted, and she has nothing to lose, and Miriam sees that as a threat, and tells Ashlyn she won't pay for her tuition, which she already wasn't doing before, and will tell Bruce and the prince that she only came for the money to totally smear her, which again... somehow that wins the argument, but like, why does Ashlyn care if she smears them to Prince What's-His-Face and Bruce? Like, she doesn't know these people. She maybe has a bit of a crush on Prince face blindness, but like, that's not a big enough reason to worry about being smeared to them, and she can just go back to her, like Miriam talks, like she has all the leverage in the world, but I feel like she has very little, actually.
Well, and her leverage seems to be, I will tell them that I coerced you into coming here for money because we're not actually close.
Or I think she's planning to be like, look, Ashlyn had to leave. It turns out that the only way I could get her to come, because she's such an evil child, is I had to promise I'd help her with her tuition. But even that wasn't enough for her, and she'd wanted more.
But she's already established that she's supposedly close to Ashlyn, that they have this close mother-daughter relationship.
Again, I don't know, Danielle. It's crazy. I'm sure they would try to spin it in some way. And I'm not saying it would work, but apparently Ashlyn takes it seriously enough as the threat to go along with it.
That's dumb, because it really feels like Miriam's just saying that I will blow up my whole scheme just to try and screw you over, which will actually screw me over. And Ashlyn could just be like, yeah, go for it. Bye.
Who cares?
The stakes are so low.
But somehow Ashlyn loses this argument and Miriam is triumphant, and so Ashlyn decides to go out and buy a dress. And then Prince Face Blindness tags along to go buy headphones or something. They split up at the shopping center while Ashlyn looks for dresses, and she's panicking because she doesn't want the prince to see her buying a dress because oh, then I'll blow up the whole thing. But again,
she's pretending to buy something else. Just go shopping.
No, she's just the prince is doing something, went to buy headphones, and she's trying to buy a dress very quickly before he gets back.
So they just decided to go shopping. Generally.
No, she was going shopping. Along. Other way around, Danielle. She was going shopping, and the Prince Face Pies decided to tag along because he wants to buy headphones or something.
And he didn't ask at any point what she was going shopping for?
No.
Okay. Sorry. That's what was
Women be shopping, me. Danielle. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's not my favorite activity, but I'm sure lots of people really enjoy it. Sometimes it's fun, I suppose.
Also, Ashley could just be like, oh, I don't really like the dress I brought for the wedding, so I thought I'd see if I can find a better one. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, neither is just leaving Miriam in the lurch, but here we are.
I know, it's crazy. Anyway, Ashley's trying to panic buy a dress and being all cagey about it. The prince comes back and is like, oh, you didn't bring a dress or you need it just for the wedding? And he's like, she figured out. And Ashlyn prattles on some BS about there not being able to make a dress for her in time, which is why she needs one, which I guess I would actually buy considering they've only spent a week planning this wedding. So
that's fair.
He immediately accepts that, or at least moves on, and starts helping her pick out the options. Mostly, I'm guessing, so you can see her try them on.
Don't you go wow wow.
I think it's exactly what he wanted. She comes out in a beautiful dress he picked out for her. Ooh.
Classic. I love that trope.
And he is entranced.
Does she leave a shoe behind and then he has to figure out who it belongs to?
Danielle, wait for the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know. We're not at that scene yet.
As they get back, Drizella tries to get the prince to go body surfing, which, yes, please, so much fun, but sand everywhere. But he blows her off to find his dad. Bruce is out by the pool, and this scene got to me, because I thought things didn't make sense before, but this scene, I was like, oh no. So Bruce out by the pool, and the prince face blindness sits to talk with him all about the obvious slight visited upon Ashlyn. He's like, hey, isn't it odd how Ashlyn seems to be being treated differently than Drizella and Anastasia? And Bruce is like, oh, I think I would have noticed that. And he's like, I don't really see how they treat her differently. And, I honestly, if it were me, I would probably subconsciously favor you, my biological son, over my stepchildren if I was getting married, which is a wild take. Absolutely insane. Like, yeah, she may be being abused, but that's just because she's a stepchild, and that's what step-parents do. They abuse their children. Like,
bothers me.
Yeah. So this is why, Danielle, I think that Bruce would not be, could figure out they move the spot. Because he's like, oh, it seems everything here seems normal to me.
As somebody with a really mixed family, that makes me uncomfortable because that's not an accurate representation of what should be happening.
He said subconsciously favor his own son after getting married, which may be he means that in a, I don't know what way he can mean that. It isn't terrible. I'm sorry. I lost. I can't do it. I can't make an excuse for it.
If they were both on railroad tracks, this was like a trolley problem. One or the other had to get murdered.
Yeah.
Maybe they choose their biological child.
Yeah, right. Anyway, this is also why, it doesn't matter that they're all being terrible to Ashlyn the whole time, because clearly Bruce wasn't going to pick up on it anyway.
How is that why she's in the servant's room?
He even commented on her being in the servant's room and has not put two and two together, and then when explicitly pointed out to it by his son, is like, nah, that's not happening. It's crazy. But anyway, so the prince in this version is way more observant than in his cartoon counterpoint is.
Thank God, really.
Yeah, right. Since he lays out a long list of offenses, like giving her the smallest room, making her clean up all the time while the others do nothing. And when he says that, Bruce is like, oh, of course they're not doing anything. It's a vacation. He's like, yeah, it's a vacation for everyone but Ashlyn, Dad. Like, this dude is terrible. I don't.
No wonder why he's marrying Miriam.
He's like, I don't know if he's actually, they're a perfect couple because he's actually not a good person. And maybe he's just oblivious, but like, that's really oblivious.
There's oblivious, and then there's, hey, somebody's pointed out something to you, and I still don't see it oblivious. There's levels of obliviousness.
The prince lays out all this details, and then he also points out that he feels this tension between them, that, this fakeness about them, and spills the beans that he was dress shopping with Ashlyn this afternoon because she didn't have a dress. And we're saying, well, I'm sure there's an explanation, and I know you have a crush on her, so maybe that's clouding your judgment. And Prince Righteous Anger insists he is not exaggerating and storms off. And Bruce has failed. This scene got me. I was angry at the scene.
He's a terrible person and a parent.
Yeah. He's basically like, I sure there's a reason why Ashley didn't have a dress as being treated terribly, and you just like her so much that you think she should be treated better. Which again, yes, she should be treated better. Everyone should be treated better, even if you like them or not. So later, Drizella is sunny on the beach when Ashlyn walks by. Drizella tells her not to scare off the prince or ruin this with her pathetic feelings. Which, Drizella, look in the mirror there, girl. And that they need this marriage since Anastasia's debts have strained their finances and Bruce is loaded. Ashlyn is shocked by this revelation that somehow they're married up for money. Like, she never met her family before.
God. Was her dad rich? Or was that like a true love match?
We will get to that, Danielle.
Okay.
And again, it's very unclear, which I really would have appreciated a flashback to help clear this up instead of icebreakers.
The one time in life you want a flashback and there isn't one.
I think flashbacks have a place, and this is one of them. Anyway, Ashlyn, just flabbergasted her family is somehow conniving and manipulative, storms off to the pool where Prince Puppylove finds her. He suggests they get out there and do something that will cheer them up. It's time for pop song montage number 2.
Do they go fishing?
No. They take like a Jeep or some other kind of like small off-road vehicle through this dirt road to a secluded rock beach that the prince apparently looked up beforehand. And he takes her out to this rocky plinth out in the water and talks about architecture and how he mostly ensures the designs follow codes and are strong and safe, but his passion is to design one day. And they appreciate that each of them have dreams, which is, I guess, a unique quality
just
among
to these
people in this world. Yeah. So Prince Boundary Issue starts probing about Ashlyn's step-siblings, and she says Anastasia wants to be successful, i.e. rich, and Drizella hasn't really figured out what she wants. She also reveals that her last name is... Guess what her last name is?
Charming.
Close. It's Vanderbilt.
Of course it is.
Yep. Again... Is she related to the Vanderbilts that made that name famous? No clue. But apparently Miriam adopted that name because she thought it sounded richer or something.
So it's not even their real last name?
No. So it was Ashlyn's real last name, but Miriam and her kids also took that last name because it felt like it made them sound richer.
But it doesn't make them sound richer. It makes them sound like made up.
Yeah. So, again, to answer your question about whether they were rich or not, I don't know. But maybe...
If they were rich, you'd think she'd have money, unless the stepmom took it all.
Well, we'll get to that too.
Sure.
Ashlyn admits she had hard times with Miriam and the others and wished things were different, but she thinks she's stronger in the long run for it.
Sure.
And the prince holds her hand for a bit and then has her drive them back. Meanwhile, at the villa, Miriam tells Anastasia they're going to make a nice meal for everyone to celebrate. Miriam drags Anastasia and Ashlyn to the grocery store so Drizella can spend time with the prince not interested in her. Ashlyn finds this amusing because she's like, oh, this is never going to go well. So good for her for not being jealous or weird about it. In the car, Miriam says when they get back, Ashlyn will need to cook the veggies, bake the rolls, and the dessert, which honestly isn't a lot depending on if they're canned rolls and what the dessert is. Hey, do the veggies and pop the rolls in the oven and then, put the ice cream in a bowl. Done.
Mm-hmm. There's almost no chance that's what it is.
So yeah, it might not be that, but assuming the others will do the mains, it's that's not a horrible division of labor, but Ashlyn is not having it. She asks Miriam, hey, how are you expecting to pay her tuition with Anastasia's gambling debts to deal with?
Totally fair question.
Yeah, and Miriam deflects angrily, and says, how could you say such a thing? And then Ashlyn asks if she loves Bruce or if he's just a bank account to her. Miriam slams on the brake to kick Ashlyn out. Ashlyn demands to know why she lied, and Miriam says she didn't lie, but things changed. And Ashlyn angrily leaves the car saying, no, they're the same as they've always been. The car drives off as Ashlyn starts walking.
I mean, I would assume that Bruce is going to pay for her tuition at this point. That's how she was going to pay for her tuition.
I would have just said that to her or something, but I guess Miriam decided to have a fit instead.
Another bad decision.
Yeah, of course. A whole litany of bad decisions, Danielle.
Every scene.
This whole movie, no, I'm sorry, this movie isn't a bad decision. It's a great decision. I love watching it, but every character makes a bad decision in this movie. Back at the villa, Drizella is playing pool with Prince, clearly exasperated, while Bruce reads in a chair nearby. Drizella is all, can you show me how to hold the stick again?
Can you show me how to read?
Oops, I hit it wrong. I guess you have to teach me again. And he is so over it. And has Drizella met a person before or flirted? Because she's bad at it.
The answer might be no.
So Miriam and Anastasia return without Ashlyn, and Miriam confesses they had an argument, and she stayed in town to cool off. Prince White Knight over here demands to know what they did, but Anastasia jumps in to say it was Ashlyn's fault. She wanted to use Bruce for his money to get him to pay her tuition, and Miriam found out about it and confronted her.
Okay.
Despite Prince Skeptical's reaction, they insist all Ashlyn cares about is getting her tuition paid. Bruce is a little confused, but seems willing to go with it and walks off to be alone and think about things.
So you're just assigning emotions to whatever the prince is at the time via his name.
Well, I can't call him Prince Face Blindness anymore because he's way more observant than the other prince. So yeah,
there's not a face blindness twist at the end, like a masquerade wedding, and he doesn't realize that he's dancing with the wrong sister.
I upgraded him after he observed how badly they were treating Ashlyn and how badly his father did not observe that. Prince, whatever the heck I feel like in the moment, all right? Ashlyn finally walks back to the villa, and while the prince is waiting for her, Ashlyn is all, it doesn't matter where she was, and she doesn't even want to know what awful things Miriam is saying about her, even if the prince doesn't believe them, and she just needs to leave. Ashlyn is crying and packing in her room and goes out to wait for a cab when Miriam shows up asking, what do you think you're doing? Where do you think you're going? Miriam insists she stays.
Now that I've blown up your whole charade, where do you think you're going?
Yeah, now that I've insisted that you are a terrible, awful person to Bruce and the prince, and that I no longer have tuition money to give you, you should stay? Because? And she's like, why should I stay? So Ashlyn is like, why should I stay? To sell this happy family lie? And Miriam insists that Ashlyn has been lucky, and Ashlyn agrees. Since she managed to make her own life despite no support from Miriam or from her inheritance, so I guess Miriam did prevent her from getting her dad's money.
I would love to know what her dad's will and testament said. How did that even happen?
A flashback. I hate to beat a dead document, but a flashback would help a lot here. Or maybe a shot of the will? I don't know. Anyway, so she doesn't get any support from Miriam or her inheritance, and now Miriam brought her back just to sell the lie to Bruce so he could help fix Anastasia's gambling debts. Miriam insists they had a deal, and Ashlyn points out that she broke that deal pretty decisively.
You're the one who changed it.
But oh no, Bruce is just around the corner and has overheard it all.
It's fine, he's super oblivious. He's not going to notice what's happening.
I mean, I would not be surprised if even this didn't convince him about what was going on. Miriam says Ashlyn's father chose her. That means something. Ashlyn says, no, it doesn't. And if he was still here, maybe things would have been different. But her true colors came out the moment he was gone. A cab pulls up, and as Ashlyn goes to get it, Miriam calls after her, you only see your perspective. And Ashlyn turns around to say she's tried seeing hers for years, and has only learned that she can't help but put her down so she can stand a little bit higher. Mic drop. She gets in the cab and leaves.
Okay.
I know, right? Not the best, but at least she finally grew a spine.
I'm proud of her. She should go home and just start fresh.
Or not even start fresh. Go back to the life she had that was already pretty good.
That's what I need. Just start into her normal life and cruise through her teaching license and become a teacher and live her best life.
Yeah. Miriam turns to see Bruce, who says they need to talk, obviously. He starts grilling her about how she lied to him about seeing Ashlyn as one of her own daughters or whatever. And Prince Lovesick overhears this. That's when Drizella comes over and is all, things will be fine. I know how your dad can apologize to my mom, so she forgives him. And Prince Obvious says that he's not the one that needs to be forgiven or apologize. Meanwhile, the argument has continued in the background as Bruce says it's not about the money, it's about the manipulation. Like, he doesn't really care about paying for Anastasia's gambling debt. If you're just honest with him, maybe it would have been fine. Who knows? But she blew it up by being a manipulative person.
Yeah.
So, Bruce and Prince rom-com cliche meet up. Bruce says Ashlyn went to the airport and they're going to find her. So,
that's
airport
his actual name. You know that, right? Prince rom-com cliche is his, like, official name.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just want to get once in there, Danielle.
Oh, yeah. Airport scene. Yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Are there birds?
Ashlyn is on the road. She's not at the airport. I was hoping for an airport scene, but apparently they just come across her on the side of the road on the phone because the cab dropped her off not at the airport for reasons.
Just like off. Maybe he got tired of her too.
Yeah.
You're not going to cook my biscuits tonight? Get out of the car.
I can't pay your tuition, lady. I guess she's on the phone trying to figure out how to get like her flight changed, but like it's going to cost her a bunch of money because, you know, obviously. But the prince and Bruce show up and they ask her not to go.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
the question is actually, did she pay for her own ticket? They didn't, right? Drusilla paid for it, like with a card or something.
I guess so, but I guess if she needs to pay a fee to change the ticket, she'd have to pay that fee.
There's a chance the card's on file.
Clearly not, and I don't think that's how it works.
Depends on how they bought it, Sam.
Anyway, it's not working out, but it doesn't matter because the prince and Bruce show up and they ask her not to go. But she says she doesn't think she can stay because duh. But Bruce insists they go somewhere to talk. So on the beach, Ashlyn says she should have told him about Miriam. Bruce is all, I should have noticed. And I mean, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
He's like, I should have noticed because I never even met you before now. And like, oh, look who finally learned how to observe things. But he didn't want to think so badly of Miriam and think she was such a different person to Ashlyn than she was with him or the other kids. Bruce doesn't know what will happen next, but the villa is paid for, so they're going to stay and make the most of it and hope she will too. They all get up to leave, and Ashlyn is all, I saw how Miriam looked at you, spoke about you. I think she does love you. And Bruce says, maybe so, but without trust, it's not enough.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, absolutely. I also love how this movie should like redeem Miriam a bit. Like, oh yeah, she's awful to Ashlyn, but she really did love Bruce and maybe she loved Ashlyn's father, but...
That's exactly where I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, crazy. Back at the villa, the Step family are all perched on the couch as Bruce walks in, followed by Ashlyn, who goes straight to bed. Bruce then also announces that he's going to bed without saying anything else, which, great talk, guys. Good job.
So they're staying at the house, but they're not getting married?
Hold up. The next day...
I know, but like, there's going to be a plan, but I'm just saying that's the current plan, correct?
The current plan is they don't have a plan. They're just going to go to the villa and figure it out the next day.
Okay, sure.
So the next day, Bruce and Prince Awkward are making calls to cancel the wedding. Ashlyn comes out and is told that Miriam is packing. She goes to see her.
Can you imagine? No. I need you to see this from the perspective of like the cake baker, for example, or the wedding dress maker.
I need a cake in a week.
Then 3 days later, they're like, I know you've already started on the cake. However, and we paid a huge rush fee, and there's no refunds on this.
Danielle, we'll talk about the cake later. That actually comes back, so
that'd be like the easiest money you ever made. You took like probably a huge deposit on it, a huge rush fee on it. It's probably 100% non-refundable at this point in time. And you just be like, cool, well, I guess you're out $3,000 for this cake. Like,
yeah, 100%.
We could only hope. And
also the guests are like, oh, you know those tickets you booked to come to our Caribbean wedding? Sorry. Just
come and have a good time, I guess. Vacation, I would go. I would just have a vacation.
Yeah, of course. So Ashlyn goes to see Miriam, and Miriam asks if Ashlyn is happy, which she isn't, obviously. And Ashlyn gives a little speech about how there's a lot neither of them can take back or change, and even if they could, she's not sure Miriam would want to. However, if she did, Ashlyn will be okay with that since she wants to let it all go. Miriam pauses for a moment and Ashlyn leaves, which, like, okay, bygones, I guess. Ashlyn's like, okay, bygones now, which is crazy. Miriam has done nothing to show she has any remorse or empathy for this person, and she's like, oh yeah, it's all bygones be bygones. Cut to the Step family walking out with their luggage. Prince Smug tells them the car is here, and Drusilla says he can call her anytime and hugs him, and she has clearly not read the room.
I mean, obviously, this whole time.
Bruce and Ashlyn walk up, and Ashlyn surprises Miriam with a hug goodbye before she leaves. I guess that's the start of reconciliation?
From Ashlyn's perspective, Miriam, again, as you said, has done zero work here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Later, Ashlyn's on the beach looking out the ocean. Prince Flirty comes up to see how she is, and also to confess his feelings for her, how much she inspires him by...
the 5 days that they've known each other.
Yeah, exactly. She responds, "That's nice, but I don't want your pity." And he's all, "It's not pity. I'm falling in love with you. Is that okay?" And Ashlyn says, "Yes, it's okay. She's ever felt so honest and safe with someone," which, okay, girl, get therapy again.
Also, like, falling in love is a strong term for the several days they spent together, of which they didn't even spend that much time together. You could say, "I really like you and I would love to get to know you outside of this experience." Yeah. And I could see this being a long-term relationship potentially, but you don't love her.
Yeah, but to be fair, he says he's falling in love with her, so I give him half a point for that.
It's a very dramatic way to say it.
It is. But to be fair, compared to the original Cinderella, at least they've had more than a dance scene. They had a conversation or two.
That's true. They held hands, more than the touching of hands.
Yeah, more than just a hand touching and a magic spark. So above and beyond the cartoon version. So good job. They kiss as the waves crash and the music swells. Bruce comes out bringing a tray of non-refundable wedding cake to celebrate the future and all its possibilities. They kiss again, and Bruce quips he's gone from groom to third wheel. Credits.
How much cake is left over?
Oh, they're going to have cake for days.
For years. Just stick it in the freezer, eat it later.
So there you go, Danielle. That's Cinderella in the Caribbean.
That is a movie.
Yeah, there's the movie. It's Cinderella-like. Again, it's crazy to me that after all that going through, that that Ashlyn went along with any of that to begin with.
Yeah, it's crazy that she did. And I guess she marries the son of a rich person potentially in the future.
Maybe,
so that
maybe they break up the next day. Maybe she goes back to her work and he goes back to his work, and there was a long distance relationships aren't going to work for them because who knows where they live.
Hopefully Bruce pays for her tuition. Makes it worth it. Or at least her flight back. I don't
know, Danielle. Again, all speculation at this point. Also, how awkward is it going to be to try to reconcile with your estranged stepmother when you're dating the stepson of her ex-fiance?
Maybe they get together in the future
or son
Miriam
of ex-fiance
figures out how to live her life better.
Maybe. Also, I know that we're supposed to feel like, oh, the step family gets what they deserve and they have all these debts, are probably left destitute and, like in the Cinderella movie or whatever. But again, was Miriam and her kids cruel to Ashlyn? Yes. But without the backstory, it doesn't feel like they were massively abusive. They were jerks to her. They belittled her. They were mean and maybe bullied her a little. But it wasn't I don't know the history here. So it doesn't feel like the abuse here is the same that was visited upon Cinderella, for instance.
Yeah, I would also maybe assume, or I shouldn't assume it, but $30,000 or whatever that he lost, which was a decent amount of money to them. But they also seem she's got Jimmy Choos. She's not doing that poorly. It feels like if they lived moderately and maybe sold their stuff, they could probably pay a lot of that money back and just would have to budget like normal people.
I get that, but the movie is really trying to make them out oh, this is the big comeuppance or whatever. And I'm yeah, I'm glad they got the comeuppance. But also, again, hard to feel strongly about it one way or the other because you don't have enough context to feel because Ashlyn, as an adult, she's as you said, she's the one who's putting herself in this position. She could have just this is on her in that way. I needed more. If I had more about oh, they really screwed with her as a child growing up. They made her, do Cinderella stuff around the house or whatever. I'm okay, yeah, on board, throw them to the wolves, whatever. The movie just needed more about the relationship with Ashlyn and her stepfamily and less about Prince. Who cares? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm looking for different things from my Cinderella rom-coms than the average person.
I mean, probably, yes, but also your point stands.
Anyway, I still can't believe any of that happened because Miriam should not have brought her onto the island to begin with.
Hard agree. Also, it's so funny that you did a rom-com because literally earlier today when I was working, I was I wish Sam would do a rom-com. No, he won't do a rom-com.
You underestimate me, Danielle.
I was he does them during the holidays sometimes, but not usually during the year.
Why do you want me to do a rom-com, Danielle? Just to make your life
I was in the mood for a rom-com. Though nothing to do with you at all.
Great, perfect. All right. Well, Danielle, then I'm happy I could provide you with the rom-com experience you needed.
How convenient.
Which was Cinderella in the Caribbean.
I manifested it. I'm really proud of myself.
And I'll be honest, this wasn't a great movie by any stretch, but I had fun with it. I think it was a fun watch. It was, 90 minutes before credits, and they could have probably put in some backstory scenes. That's my one critique that I'm going to stick with. And if you just let go of the fact that none of this makes sense, and it's all just contrived to get them into the Cinderella situation, then it's a fun watch. It's a good way to kill 90 minutes.
Duly noted.
There you go. Cinderella in the Caribbean. Not a lot of Caribbean flavor, honestly, than a sort of meaningless backdrop.
I'm going to pick a Cinderella movie, and we're going to do that next time. After I finish my Korean drama.
Dang it! I was hoping you would.
6 episodes from now, I will do a Cinderella.
No! You know what I'm going to do, Danielle? Just to spite you, I'm going to find every Cinderella rom-com and do them between now and when you're done with this.
Okay, sure.
This that's more torture for me than it is for you. Curses.
We just become a podcast of trying to torture the other person with our media choices.
And that's kind of what we started as, to be fair. We're not far off from that.
We should have invited Philip for that one.
I think he would have hated it, honestly.
No, that's why it would have been funny.
I like Philip. I don't want him to suffer. Although I do want to have him back on soon, because I have something I think he would enjoy.
Sorry, Philip. I didn't really think you should be invited on for the Cinderella episode.
We just want you around more. That's the real reason.
Soon.
Anyway, if you out there want to write in and to explain to us the true backstory that led to all this being a movie that makes sense, then please write into us at bookretorts.com.
Yeah, if there's a director's cut version of this with commentary, Sam would love to see it.
I would love nothing more.
You can also message us at Blue Sky at Book Retorts.
And if you want to fund our many, many Cinderella adaptations, you can do so at patreon.com/bookretorts.
So many.
So
They're
many.
Pouring out of us.
We should just make a production studio that's nothing but Cinderella movies. We can call it the Glass Slipper or whatever.
I feel like that would make money, to be honest.
Glass Slipper Productions. Nothing but different versions of Cinderella forever. Copyright. You heard it here first.
I really feel, I bet Cinderella is probably one of the most
adapted.
Done. Yeah, like one of the most adapted stories.
I would say it's that and Romeo and Juliet, basically.
Yeah, probably.
100%. Well, anyway, we hope that you will see it happen. And until next time, if your abusive stepmother comes back into your life, do not go with her to the island. It's a bad idea.
To the island. It's like a horror movie. You've escaped. Yeah. Don't go back.
That was the intention. Don't go with her to the island. You escaped. Stay escaped. Keep
this is almost a horror movie. I feel like with the correct music, this rom-com easily could be a horror.
Oh, you mean every rom-com, Danielle?
Yes, every rom-com.
Every rom-com is creepy music away from the love interest being a psychopath. Like, look at While You Were Sleeping, for instance.
Yeah, that's classic for a reason.
Yep.
Also, You've Got Mail.
100%.
Easily an issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the one with the other Sandra Bullock one? Where the brides, where she's the bridesmaid.
Oh,
no.
Where she's a bridesmaid?
Or like the best friend's wedding, My Best Friend's Wedding, that's it?
Oh, My Best Friend's Wedding? That is not Sandra Bullock. That is...
then who is it?
It's Julia...
Julia Roberts. That's what I said, yes.
Yeah.
My mistake. Got them mixed up.
Cameron
My bad.
Diaz.
Yeah, anyway. Point is, all rom-coms are horror movies if you think hard enough about them.
Absolutely, 100%. It's probably why I like horror movies and rom-coms.
You know what, Danielle? The Venn diagram is just a circle.
More crossover than you think. Scream is basically a rom-com with horror.
Which why it's a great movie. Classic. All right, well, until next time, bye!
Take care, everyone. You download the app, you go into the main screen, there's a bunch of birds on the main screen, and it has all the stats on the birds, like how fast they fly, and their names, and what they are.
Is it a bird social media app?
No.
Because I'd be into that.
Well, sort of. Hear me out. So you pick your 4 birds.
I don't like this, Danielle.
And then it's basically a carrier pigeon app. So you find your friends.
You're saying things that make... Okay. It's an app with birds, but it's a social media app. It's a carrier pigeon app for carrier pigeons, but not for humans.
You pick your birds. They have stats. They fly a certain, like, as fast as whatever that bird is flies. And what you do is you find your friends. You can also do pen pals and, like, just pick random people. But you find your friends.
Send a message as quickly as the bird flies.
And you can watch it in real time on a map. And there are also, like, 4 types of snails you can choose from because snail mail. And they go, like, 1 mile per hour.
It's fun. I'm glad I'm not on social media.
Oh my gosh, no, it's so delightfully fun. I don't know why it's so funny, and it alerts you when the birds are coming. They're like, your friend sent a bird, and then you're like waiting for it to arrive. It was literally all I did Monday morning. I got very little work done, I'll be honest.
Well, I thought you were so good at your job earlier.
I was really good at it today.
Okay, great. Standards change day to day. Got it. Do you have to pay for them?
No, you get like the 4 birds, and then as you kind of send more stuff or whatever, you get gifted more birds. So then you have a rookery, so you can go into your rookery and you can see all the birds that you have.
Why would you have a rookery?
It's a great app.
Great. Okay. Well, as long as you're having fun, Danielle.
My favorite bird is my mute swan. She's my fastest bird in the fleet, and she's a silent killer.
That's the tagline?
No, I taglined her. You can write biographies.
I mean, it's better than TikTok, sure, but like it's
delightfully adorable.
But you know, you're having fun.
It's so fun. Enjoy the little weird things.
Danielle, I want less ways for people to bug me on my phone, frankly.
But it's fun with birds, Sam. And then it's like funny little names. They're birds, and they also name them, but you can change the names if you want to.
Your only pitch so far is, they're birds! You just keep saying over and over like it's a magic spell. It's going to suddenly make me want to join your social app.
I don't want you to join it. You're not going to enjoy it enough.
No, I'm not. You put too much effort into this app, Danielle. You need a life.
Absolutely. So fun. I'm not the only person. It's like I said, it's taken off.